So a couple months ago, I do this Zencleanz. I get out a bunch of mucoid plaque, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I just released that. That was in me for 15 years, I bet. And the pain I had for like 30 years was gone. I was like, it changed my life. I went raw vegan, and I'm promoting it to you guys. I'm like, yes, this is the key. Detox is real. This is more powerful than a juice fast. So I did a second one, expecting, well, there's probably some left. I might get another little chunk. I got more out than usual, making me think that's just the product.
I love your colon, girl, it's my world. I won't ever make a sound.
So after my first Zencleanz, I was on cloud 9. I could eat fruit finally without bloating or gas, and I was like, yes. I was so excited. I was like, yes, because I released the mucoid plaque, and that's why my digestion's so good. So I do this second Zencleanz with the intention of maybe I have more mucoid plaque and maybe I can debunk it. I'm all about trying to find the truth. I just want true health. That's all I'm looking for. And I'm not a shill for this company. Like I told you, their liver cleanse, I don't know. I don't think that did what it says it does, but the colon cleanse changed my life. I'm about to show you scary things. Look away. Put your children in a closet. Just stop chewing your food. Finish that, swallow it. We're done. Here it comes. So on this second Zencleanz, I released what only can be described as like 1.5 miles of mucoid plaque, you would think. Like, look at the size of that thing. And I'm like, wow, that was in me the whole time. Like, this is where I'm starting to doubt it now. I'm like, there's no way all of that was in me. And here's the thing, I thought there was no fathomable way that the product itself could gel up. Yes, I am poking into the sac this time. People said you wanted to poke into the sacs. I'm poking in. I'm not seeing any parasites swimming around. I was like, there's no way. It's enzymes and blueberry powder. It would never form. This thing was hard. That was rubbery and hard. I was like, it's not the product. This was in me for sure. I think it is the product. It mostly is this product. It gels up, but it does pull things with it. Here's some like mucoid, mucusy things that were green and slimy. So it's mostly the product though. That's the thing. Like it pulls with it other things, nasty things. It's orange because I'm on an orange juice cleanse. It was 2 days orange juice, then 1 Zencleanz. Do you want to stop looking at my poo? Okay, let's move on. Look at all that, though. All of that. So here's where the confusion lies. I'm going to play a little clip from the founder of Zencleanz talking about what the product should look like.
So you hear what you say, when you see it, when it looks like this is the product. Because I often have this this question, you know, isn't it all the product coming out? You know, there's a lot of people trying to debunk the value of a cleanse, or if it works, and what comes out is actually just something that is normal, that is there. Well, if it was so, it would be all the same, right? It would all come out there for everybody all the same. So when you have these, this is the best argument you can give to these people. This is the product here. This is what it looks. It's kind of jelly-like.
Those pictures have been on his site since the beginning, and I looked at that and I was like, okay, that's what the product looked like, and I have released what looked like that. It was like, okay, there's the product, but this is the mucoid plaque that it released. It's like, okay. But then he made a second clip that had me doubting everything.
So this is what it looks like when it's clean. Okay, this is different forms. You can see this one here. You can't even see the shape of the intestine. It's slick. Yeah. It's slick. It doesn't look wet. It's just a little glossy, but you know, it's not like.
And that is good. This is good.
Yeah, this is a sign that this is the people who've been cleansing for a while, and you know, it's brown, slick, and it's a rope. You know, there's nothing yellow in it. There's no mucus. There's no black dots. It's not. You know, it's even.
So here's the reality. You're always gonna release what looks like mucoid plaque, and then you're gonna get on the internet and make your videos, and you're like, I can't believe this thing was in me the whole time. And you do like 25 of these cleanses and you keep releasing it, you're like, wow, like 900 pounds of this stuff so far. Can't believe it. It's not, but it does pull with it terrible things. He said himself, when you're clean, it'll just be brown and shiny and nice, but it'll still look like a monster. Some people do release black strands, like that could be actual mucoid plaque, and there's weird like fatty globs and green things, and sometimes it's like, yeah, that's probably old stuff. So it depends very much on the color that you release, on how old it is. Black, pretty bad. Brown might just be the product. And now we know. So I apologize if you bought the product because I showed you this giant chunk that I removed and you're like, oh my God, wow. But I promise you, you're still gonna benefit from it. I'm sorry, you might not get a giant thing, but if you look through my stuff, there's very like pale things that are clearly not the product. So it is pulling stuff. It's just the whole thing is what I thought was in me. And so it was a misrepresentation. I'm sorry. I gotta deliver. I bought more Zencleanzes. You might have old black stuff in you, so don't be a freak. You haven't been cleansing like I have for the last 15 years. So like you might have the old matter. Just I've been too much fruit flushing. It actually worked. So it proves that I was healthier than I thought. But not, there's a lot of weird strands of hate. So relax, you'll still benefit from the cleanse. I benefited immensely, and in my opinion, that's the most important thing. Like, how did you feel after the cleanse? That's what we should be going for, and my digestion's so much better now. So that's what matters. I just also wanted to know that this demon was inside me for 15 years, and that's why I had the pain. It's just a little more complicated than that, and we're learning together. So if you weigh, okay, this was 1 pound. I did weigh that, by the way, in a Ziploc bag. It was 400 grams. So I was like, oh, okay, I just released 400 grams of the best. No, I probably released 50 grams of slime pulled into 350 grams of enzymes. So do I still recommend you try the Zencleanz for yourself through my affiliate links with a 5% off discount code? Yeah, I do. I still feel the benefits. It's just not as dramatic as I was hoping for. And I'm sorry to ruin your results. You've seen this stuff come out of you and you're like, oh, yes. It's still good. And you do feel better, admit it. And now I'm thriving as a fruitarian. Things are good. Thank you, Zencleanz. It's just, I would word things a little differently. Release mucoid plaque and one day look at this snake. I don't know. It's just not that dramatic. I really do want to get one of those camera pills. You just swallow a pill and then it films the whole way through. I don't know how to do that. I'd have to go to a doctor and see if it's even possible, but then we know for sure what's in there. Seeing every little nook and cranny. It'd be a long video to edit. Going through like 24 hours maybe. My transit time, maybe 36. What the fuck? So after doing the first Zencleanz, I was convinced. I saw what came out of me. I've never seen poo like that sticking together like a rope. I was like, that's old for sure. And I felt better in the gut. So I was like very convinced. And then doing the second one, I released the same thing. Less convinced that both of those times I was releasing a lot of old matter. But something dislodged. And the pain I had right near the ass is gone. So thankfully, it does do something, and it's totally worth it. I have a third one in my closet, and I will do it in a couple months. We'll see, but I know what's going to happen now. It's going to release. Hopefully, it gets to the point where it's just brown. But I still saw like weird pale parts and green things, and I was like, okay, it's still not clean. It's doing something. So I apologize to anybody I've been arguing with in the comments saying the product, it can't possibly turn into that. It obviously can, and you knew that, but it's still beneficial, and you need one through my affiliate links. So don't worry, you did not get ripped off. I don't feel ripped off. I feel life changed. Like it works, it does something. It's just not as dramatic as they claim it to be. Mucoid plaque. Very different. I'm very curious to see Raw Advantage's video on it and see what he's discovered, because he's interviewed a bunch of people, but it's weird. Like Lauren Lockman says he always sees people releasing this mucoid plaque after a long fast, and I'm thinking that's probably just the meal they ate the day before they got there, hardened up over time. They're not having any bowel movements, and then day 21 comes after nothing but water, and then they start eating fruit, and then they push out the old meals. Oh, mucoid plaque, wow. I don't know, we're dramatic freaks. Detoxing is a strange journey, and I'm just looking for the truth. So there it is. That's what I've found. Seems like mucoid plaque. It's very different than what we know. So that's worth a thumbs up. I would thumb this video up. Thumbs down if you are swallowing a GoPro tonight. The battery is not going to last. It's likely not going to survive your stomach acid like the camera pill would. You just wasted $400. You could have spent that on a Zencleanz, you know that. And you didn't get what you thought you would. I have no hair anymore. That's fine. Nothing wrong with shaving the old head. Sure, I look like and smell like a raccoon who's been lost forever. But that's fine. That's fine. I did just do a 64-hour. I'll save that for another video. Subscribe for that.